Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in another 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, it's a few people who were running a little late, we think. It's great to see you all and be in the same place together. So just hang tight. Afterwards, we do have some refreshments, including some coveted cake pops. So hopefully you've got a little bit of an appetite. We'll get started in just a second.
No, it was a series of parts.
Hello, good afternoon. Everyone hear me okay? Okay, it might be a little loud. I'm trying to pick up the audio for the webcam that's in the back, making a record of this to share with friends and family. It is so fantastic to see you all, to be in the same space together. Feels a little bit more normal, not quite fully normal, but it's really, really fantastic. Sorry that your family isn't able to be with us because of social distancing, but as I say, we're making this recording. We'll be able to share it this evening and get that out to you. So thank you all, and welcome to the 2021 University Honors Program Medallion Ceremony. My name is Dr. Jeremy Campbell. I am the director of the Honors Program, and it's my privilege to welcome you all here this afternoon, where for the next hour or so, we'll reflect upon and celebrate your achievements, your incredible achievements as the class of 2021. And what a class you are. You've endured not one, not two, but 3 semesters of the scariest and strangest times that any of us can remember in higher education. And you've really done more than endured. That's not the right word. You've participated. You've led the way as our community here at Roger managed to stay open. You've taken, by rough calculation, Dr. Palm can correct me, 1,500 rapid response COVID tests among you all, right? We total it all up. And you've inspired, I know me personally, I've been inspired by students such as yourselves and other faculty and administrators as we've all worked together to make the most of an incredibly difficult situation. Among your many individual accomplishments, and they really are astonishing in their number and their quality, the class of 2021 will always be remembered for your collective grit, your spirit of resilience, and your persistence amidst generation-shaping challenges. So, kudos to you all. Now, in a few minutes, I'll introduce Dr. Laura Turner, the Associate Director of Honors, who will knock your socks off, I'm sure, with information about how much you all have done in the past 4 years. Then we'll move on to the main event, bestowing upon each of you a hard work, right, the blame, the symbolic embodiment of your efforts and your outstanding achievement, the Honors Medallion. This medallion is to be worn with pride tomorrow during commencement, as honors graduates have done before you. Though tomorrow's graduation will be different than those that have come before, wearing this medallion connects you to the broader family of honors graduates, and it symbolizes the values of our program. You all can see over here, and hopefully this is a little familiar to you, sort of the fundamental tenets of an honors education. Over the past 4 years, in honors classes and in your majors, minors, and core concentrations, as well as in your activities beyond the classroom, you've striven to put scholarly inquiry into the service of the greater good. What does that mean? Well, that means asking and answering questions methodically, disciplined, because we know that we can know things about the world, that facts and truth do exist, right? And that we can learn about the world in such a way that engages our community and contributes to the public sphere. Your capstone projects, which ranged from path-breaking bench science to public policy initiatives, public health policy initiatives, innovative design projects, and insightful studies of inequality, all of those have shown the range and depth of your engagement. You should all be very, very proud, as I know that Dr. Turner, Dr. Palm, and I am as well. Now, since I'm an anthropologist, I want to leave you with a reflection about ritual. After all, commencements and ceremonies like this, they're rituals, right? We wear these just because they're comfortable. Right? We wear them to mark off this occasion as special, as you guys all will be doing tomorrow as well. So what's a ritual? It's a formalized moment when a community comes together to celebrate the passage of time and the beginning of a new stage of life. Commencement, as you all know, means beginning, comenzar, right? Not ending. So you all must and should feel excited about beginning your lives beyond Roger. And it must and should feel like you have your entire lives ahead of you. And that's true. You're young and your whole life is ahead of you, out there. But the message that I'd like to impart, and I'm wearing a fancy wizard suit, which gives me the power to impart life lessons at rituals. That's one of the secrets of anthropology. The lesson I'd like to impart is that you, right now, young and at the beginning of things, are already an ancestor. You're already an ancestor. You are already making choices and living through times that history will judge. You are already paving the way for others who come next and who will inevitably be shaped and take on the impression that you leave behind through your actions. I know that can be a hard and heavy thing to contemplate. No doubt, when you think of the word ancestor, your mind goes backwards in time to forebears or to ancient history. But your ancestors were once young, like you, full of confidence and full of doubt. And the world they made is the one that we have. Now, the world that our ancestors gave us is imperfect and deeply flawed, yet it's also one that can be improved. It can be molded by individual and collective effort. That's the exciting part. The adventure that you're starting now at commencement as individuals going out into the world. As you go, though, please take a moment to remind yourself that you are already an ancestor. And I mean this quite seriously. Whether or not you actually become a parent one day and have descendants in a literal sense, you nevertheless are already an ancestor because the future is already on its way. The future is already watching you. Try to make the future proud. You won't always get it right, but if you take a moment to put the gifts of your own life into a larger context, you almost always will get it right. So congratulations, class of 2021. And now I would like to introduce Dr. Laura Turner, Associate Professor of Psychology and Associate Director of the Honors Program.
Dr. Campbell is just speaking of ritual and has become one of our traditions and rituals at the Honors Medallion ceremony to celebrate all of you as a class. I remember finally watching Dr. Palm do it years ago and being absolutely blown away by everything our honor students do. And you all, the class of 2021, have just done amazingly. And so I'm feeling very honored to summarize your academic achievements, your service, and your leadership. I did this by looking at the results of the senior exit survey, where you were able to summarize some of your achievements. So I don't even think this is a complete list, to be honest with you. But I know many of you I've known for years, some of you I just met this year, and I'm still blown away by the achievements that I'll be sharing with you just in a moment. So we'll start with academics. That's why we're all here after all. We have 35 graduates this year. Among you, you represent 23 different majors from all 6 of the university's traditional colleges. You can see the wide range of those majors in the program ahead. You have an average GPA of 3.88. Stop for a minute. That's not bad. I joked with Dr. Campbell before the ceremony, I didn't come close to 3.88 when I was an undergrad. So thankfully with this job, I get one of these honors medallions too, as I did when I was an undergrad for certain. So I salute you all for that. That's amazing. Fully half of the class is graduating summa cum laude. That is our highest academic honor here at the university. You've also participated directly in generating new knowledge. SASH is a very recent memory for me. You've completed theses in marine biology, psychology, English, legal studies, as well as multiple independent research projects, capstone projects, engineering design projects, architecture studio projects, senior seminar papers, and more. At least 8 of you have worked in research labs here at Roger. At least 10, but I'm guessing more, have done internships or worked with the Community Partnership Center. Several of you have presented at national and international conferences. Some of you have been awarded fellowships. Among us, we have Burst Fellows and recipients of the Cert in Green Fellow. At least 10 of our students have studied abroad in locations ranging from Jamaica to Paris to Australia. 2 of you are headed directly to law school after graduation, 7 to master's programs, and many more of you have plans to continue your education after working and gaining some professional experience. A couple of you mentioned your immediate plans include catching up on sleep. I actually recommend that for all of you. So add that to your plans too, please. Tomorrow at graduation, you'll see that our student commencement speaker is an honors grad. 3 of the student marshals, that is half of them, because we have 6 schools here. 3 of our student marshals are honors grads, as are 5 of the President's Core Value Medallion recipients. Congratulations. 4 of our students were nominated for thesis with distinction. And there is a literal Greek alphabet soup of honor societies among you. Psi Chi, Tri Beta, Alpha Chi, Beta Alpha Psi, Beta Gamma Sigma, and I think there's even more than that. So I think I speak for Dr. Palm, Dr. Campbell, and myself. We are all amazed at your academic achievements, but that's really just a small part of what you all do. So wait, there's more. What really impresses me and Dr. Palm and Dr. Campbell are the many ways in which you have served the university and the larger community. Sometimes we get a little pushback on the honors program, like these students are fine, they're such strong students, why invest all this time and resources? They'll do fine and help the ones who are struggling so much. And of course, it's important for us to work with all students, and we do, and we love to do it. But by investing in you, you really create the university that we have. And I'll give you some examples of that in a minute. Okay, so among our graduates, we have athletes, right? We have current or former members of the baseball team, track and field, women's soccer, and sailing, including this year's captain. We have writers, both journalists and creative writers. Among us is a journalist who's also served in a number of editorial positions at our very own newspaper, the Hawks Herald. We have writers and poets and students, again, in a number of editorial positions at our own Mount Hope Literary Magazine. We have students who support the arts. Among us are students who have worked with the Visual Arts Film Festival and the Warwick Center for the Arts. And we have leaders. Now, this list is nowhere near complete, but I'll list a few. You have been officers for student clubs, such as the Society for Women Engineers, Ballroom Dance, Hopward, Ski and Snowboard Club, Chorus, Dance Team, Photography Club, College Republicans, to name a few. I actually didn't even know we had those clubs on campus. Here you are leading them. Again, I continue to be blown away. As a university, you help us become our best selves. A number of you have served as presidential student ambassadors. You're often the people that visitors to campus first meet when they get here. What an important impression you make on the visitors to our campus. As a university, perhaps this is most important, we trust you with our students. You have welcomed them as orientation advisors. Once they come to campus, you serve as their RAs. You've been their peer mentors. At least 11 of you have served as academic tutors across a broad range of subjects, and most of you have done that for several years on end. We also trust you with our honors students, and indeed our entire honors program. You are representatives on the Honors Advisory Council. Those of you who've done that know how integral your opinions are to shaping future honors policy. You have been honors ambassadors. Just so you know how helpful you are, we are welcoming the largest and most diverse class of honors students in the fall. And honestly, we couldn't have done it without you. Dr. Campbell and I joke when we do the admissions events. We say a few things, show a few slides, we sit back and the honors ambassadors do the rest and charm the incoming students, so we had a higher yield than we had ever imagined. So again, when I look at a list like this, I'm struck by how different the university would be if you weren't all here. The university, we trust you to recruit students, teach students, counsel students, and lead our students. These are responsibilities that are typically held for faculty and for staff to do it better than we could have ever imagined. But there's more. So you also extend beyond the bounds of our campus. During your honors community engagement projects alone, you have spent well over 500 hours working with community partners such as the Food Recovery Network, the Bristol Health Equity Zone, Fall River Head Start, the East Bay Food Pantry, the Matthewson Street Friendship Breakfast in Providence, Sharing the Harvest Community Farm in South Dartmouth, Massachusetts, and the Association of Clubs in Petersfield, Jamaica. You've also gone well beyond your expected service, and you continued your work with other organizations that you value, organizations that you continue to contribute your time and effort to, such as Habitat for Humanity, the American Cancer Society, the Campus Challenge, the Bristol Animal Shelter, Engineers Without Borders, Students Against Gun Violence, and again, there's many more. That's just a smattering. One thing that really struck me as I looked through your honors exit surveys is what your favorite memories were in your 4 years as an honors student. Maybe this surprises you, none of you mentioned your capstone project. Oh well. I'll recover from that, that's okay. Not surprisingly, one of the most common ones was the time spent in Stonewall 4 and the friendships that you made there in your first year. I thought that was just wonderful. But just after that, the second most frequent thing mentioned was your work with the community, your community engagement projects. Some of you mentioned the service trip to Jamaica. Some of you mentioned your first visit to Sharing the Harvest Farm, and some of you mentioned the work you did in your Honors 300 class. For some of you, it was advocating for an imprisoned scholar around the world, and for others of you, mentioned working here in our own community. And I was able to share some of those experiences with you, so I was really touched that those came back as really meaningful experiences, because I will remember those for a long time as well. So in closing, I would just like to say thank you. And also that we are humbled by your energy, your service, and your engagement. And again, to echo some of Dr. Campbell's words, you did this all in a pandemic. We've been at this for more than, we've had 2.5 semesters of this, but still you keep at it, you keep doing this amazing work, contributing to the university, contributing to our community. So thank you again very much. Now, please welcome.
Thank you again, Dr. Turner. That was just such a wonderful summary of the range of your achievements. We also asked you all to contribute some photographic evidence of those activities and those achievements. And so get ready for a stroll down memory lane. We have a few user-volunteered media pieces, photographs, videos, just to kind of to fondly reflect upon and recollect that some of the things that you've done as honors. This is where it all began. This is your class photo from Community Connections, August of 2017. Some fun in Jamaica, January 2019. There might be a couple more. What's going on there? You must be pretty light. Our cruise in Newport Harbor, visit to the aquarium later in 2019. Food Justice Community Engagement Seminar. Again, I think that's sharing the harvest in the lower right. Rights advocacy seminar, table time, and he has worked with the Bristol Fire Department and Mass Challenge. Our coursework, which includes really creative artwork such as the one on the left, and of course the Living Learning Community in Stone. And just last month, a month ago today, in fact, SASH, which was just fantastic. If I can share just a little personal anecdote. The last year's been hard, but that was the first day, right, where it really felt like we had turned as an institution, as a professoriate, as a group of scholars, right? Because it was a full day, it was 8 hours for Dr. Turner and I from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. But it was just so inspiring to see you guys take that so seriously, pour yourselves into your work and be able to share it. So it was real highlight as a person. And thank you for all. So, where will you go next? What's coming up? Right now, we're actually going to transition to going through the alphabet, starting with Alana, to bestow upon you your honors medallions and a certificate. So if I could have Dr. Palm and Dr. Turner, we're going to help me with this. You'll see when we get into the slides that there's a slide dedicated to each honors graduate. And it has a little bit of identifying material. Of course, we all know each other, we're all friends in here, but it points to some of the things that you've done here, some of the awards and accolades that you've won or that you've earned. I'm not going to read those, but I am going to focus on that question. Where will you go next? Right? So as you hear your name, please make your way up here to receive your medallion for Dr. Turner and certificate for Dr. Palm. And as you're doing so, I'm going to just kind of announce what you have stated are your plans for the future. They've shifted a little bit. That's okay. We can talk about it in the cocktail hour afterwards. Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely. So Dr. Turner just reminded me that usually in non-COVID times, we would actually place the medallion on you as if you're winning a gold medal, right? And it's a really sweet sort of thing. We're not going to be doing that this year. We're going to be handing you the medallion case. And please do wear it with pride, just like this, tomorrow, if you're choosing to walk in a commencement. Okay. So first, Alana Adams, please. Alana is moving to New York City soon to begin work as a research technician in NYU's Skirball Institute. Congratulations. Justine Navo. Justine will be working at an architecture firm over the summer and plans to return to begin work on her master's degree in architecture here at Atrium. Congratulations. Alicia Carvalho. Alicia is off to Arlington, Virginia to pursue a master's degree in forensic and legal psychology at Marymount University. Congratulations. Kelly Connors. Kelly will be working at a firm and take the fundamentals of engineering exam to obtain full licensure as a licensed engineer. Congratulations, Kelly. Jillian Damiani. In the fall, Jillian will be beginning graduate school at Columbia University in the city of New York. Congratulations, Jillian. Natalie Dunnett. Natalie will begin working as an educator at the New England Science and Sailing Center soon in Stonington, Connecticut. Congratulations, Natalie. Shannon DeFranza. Shannon will be moving to Washington, D.C. soon to serve as vice president of the American Institute of Architecture Students. Thomas DeMarco. Tommy is moving to Fort Pierce, Florida to take a job at the Smithsonian Marine Station. Congratulations, Tommy. Zachary Forbes. Zach will be working as a lab technician in the RWU Aquatic Diagnostics Lab. Heading off to graduate school. Congratulations, Zach. Olivia Franco. Olivia will be attending Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. to earn a master's degree in psychology. Congratulations, Olivia. Isabella Gentile. Bella is up to spend time with family and search for the next opportunity. Congratulations. Emily Gildan. Emily will be returning to RWU in the fall to earn her master's in business administration. Congratulations, Emily. Celeste Hartley. Celeste plans to get a job and begin to make up for the lack of sleep over the past 4 years. You and me both, Celeste. Congratulations. Jacob Hartzler. Jacob will be attending law school at Suffolk University in Boston, Massachusetts. Congratulations, Jacob. Hill. I believe that Joanne was able to make it to celebrate with us tonight, but she is off to find a job in the publishing field. Gillian Houle is also not able to make it tonight, but she plans to attend law school in the fall. Ashley Johnson is here. Ashley plans to work, travel, and think about graduate school in design. Congratulations, Ashley. Nick Cafagelis is not here either, but he is off to enjoy hiking, spending time with family and friends, and contemplating the future stuff. So, wish him all. Emily Keel. Emily will be working in marketing at a real estate firm while also expanding her bakery startup. Congratulations, Emily. Lamont. Plans to serve in both, or to apply to serve in both state and federal law enforcement agencies. Congratulations. Haley Homewood. Haley is off to attend Bridgewater State University to pursue a master's degree in clinical psychology. Darcy LeBoy. Darcy will be working as a summer camp concierge in Montana, and then as an audit accountant at Gallagher, Flynn and Company in South Burlington, Vermont. And Manning. And will be working as a business development associate at Line Data in Boston. Congratulations, Ben. Trevor will be farming oysters for a year while applying to graduate school. It's a great gig, right? Congratulations. Yvonne Mitchell. Yvonne plans to begin her career and start a master's degree program. Congratulations, Yvonne. Kayla Morris. Kayla will be heading off into the workforce. Congratulations, Kayla. James Packer. Jimmy is not able to be with us tonight, but he plans to work as either a research assistant or in human resources before applying to a PhD program in social psychology. Congratulations, Jimmy. Leah Peterson. Leah plans to continue her work at the Bristol Fire Department and as an urgent care technician, then will apply to physician's assistant programs. Congratulations, Leah. Nicholas Polinsky. Nick will be coming back to RWU in the fall to earn his master's degree in justice. Congratulations, Nick. Emma Rasmussen. Emma plans to work full-time or pursue a gap year program. Congratulations, Emma. Christopher Rupert. Christopher plans to work. That's it. That's the tweet. Congratulations. Zachary Santoro. Zachary will be graduating with his master's in criminal justice from RWU this fall. Congratulations. Sabrina Souza. Sabrina will be training and working as a nurse's assistant before applying to physician's assistant programs. Congratulations, Sabrina. Philip Tringali. Thought to find a job that he's passionate about in the marketing. Congratulations. Jeanette Chachon. Jeanette will soon be moving to Spain to work as an English language educator for an entire school. Congratulations, Jeannie. And Natalia Villarreal. Natalia plans to travel for a bit and then return home. Congratulations, Natalia. Now, a round of applause for all. Congratulations, class. We've seen it all. There's no chance that your descendants, to go back to the ancestor descendants theme, will live through college the way that you did. I think there's very little chance. So, savor this moment. You earned your battle scars and your stripes, and they will serve you well, whether you're going to Spain or traveling to see family and friends at long last, or simply, taking the next step in your career and your continuing education. We couldn't be prouder of you. And you're part of a family. You started as part of a family 4 years ago in honors, but you remain as part of one. In Roger more generally, but especially in honors as well. So stay in touch. Please be well, do well. And again, you can be proud. One more round of applause. Now I'm happy to introduce Dr. Bill Palm, Associate Professor of Engineering and incoming Director of the Honors Program, to share some closing remarks. Dr. Palm.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so pleased to be able to share this special day with you. 3 years and 9 months ago, we gathered in this very space to welcome you into our community, discuss what honors means. You had just arrived, Roger Williams. I had just started my term as associate director. We spoke about where ideas come from, and pursuing a higher quality of ignorance, about intellectual humility, danger of a single story. You reacted to the past, Professor Karen. You introduced the values of the honors program, academic excellence, pursuit of knowledge, its application and service to society, engagement with and leadership within our communities, citizen scholarship. Earlier in the program, Dr. Campbell reminded us of how you develop those values through the curriculum, and Dr. Turner illustrated how you have lived them in the time of graduate games. We're so proud of what you have done in time here. And now you and me and Dr. Campbell are all beginning new chapters of our lives. I am very excited for mine, and you should be excited for yours as well. If I cast my memory back even further, 23 years ago, I received my honors medallion from Schreier Honors College at Penn State. To be honest, I don't remember the ceremony very well. What I do remember are the friends that I met in the honors program, my time living in the honors dorm, the intense and dynamic experience of taking 3 linked honors classes with the same students and same professors during my first semester. Personal attention I received while completing an honors contract in architecture. A relationship I developed with my thesis advisor, whose work inspired my own interest in engineering education. Now, as educators, we teach knowledge, disciplinary methods, and skills, habits of mind, such as critical thinking, creativity, problem solving. We try to develop our students' appreciation of diverse perspectives and ways of knowing. We work to instill ethics, integrity, values. But all those things fade if you don't practice them. So I urge you to continue to live the honors every day as you step forward from our community. Medallions are a nice reminder, a symbol. But honors isn't necessarily something you achieve and are done with. Honors is something you do through your actions, your deeds, the way you approach the world. And the world needs you. I need you. Note, too, that you're not leaving the Roger Williams Honors community. We're just changing roles. I hope that you will continue to contribute time and talents to help us teach your successors. We won't ask you for money, not yet, at least. Give you a little head start. But we hope you will stay engaged as mentors, as guest speakers, as part of a liquid network that our students can tap into. I wouldn't be a professor if I didn't utilize my final moments with you for one last lesson. I've learned a few things over the last 23 years since I graduated. and wanted to share just a few of them with you as you graduate. Thing number one, after tomorrow, the awards and the recognitions will become less frequent, not because you have gotten less amazing or because you're moving into more accomplished circles, but simply because the world does not give out enough awards and recognition. Don't take it personally. It's not you. You're not getting worse. Do recognize others continually in small ways and in big ways. Thing number two. As you know, college is very structured. Courses, class periods, homework assignments, due dates, rubrics, exam weeks. If you pay attention, it's pretty clear what is expected of you. Life after college is much less structured, whether you're going to graduate school, taking a job. Anticipate that, create your own structure, be entrepreneurial, set your goals, and drive towards them. The third lesson is for those of you who are going to graduate school. Heed the scholarly. At Roger Williams and in the honors program, we love breadth. We love interdisciplinary ideas. We love Renaissance students who are engaged in academics and service and clubs and athletics and the community. We celebrate these things. Most graduate programs are more interested in depth and focus. You don't need to go all in. You should still be a whole person. You should have interests outside of your chosen field. Be sure to work on your research, study for your big exams, whatever depth it is that your school or program requires. Lesson 4, for those of you who are going to work. One of my favorite professors at MIT liked to say that engineering is actually an 8-year degree, not 4. And that is true for other fields as well. The first 4 are at the university. The second 4 are in business, government, nonprofit organization, military, church, wherever you're going. Your education does not end here. Keep learning from everyone you meet. And if someone at your job asks you, why didn't they teach you this important thing in college? You can tell them, because they knew that I would learn it from you. Recognize that you still have a lot to learn, and be patient. Your internal clock runs faster than those of old people like us. Despite academia's reputation for being slow to change, a conservative force in society, the day-to-day pace and the progress that students make is fast. You learn so much in your first 21 years, and sometimes your first job will feel slow. Be patient, enjoy every day, don't rush to the top of the corporate ladder, savor each step. Lesson 5, for those of you who do not know your next move yet, that's okay too. The path will unfold and will lead you in interesting places. One of my favorite commencement speeches was by the author Nathaniel Philbrick, who joined us in 2015. I'll try to paraphrase his story, with all credit due to him, except for the errors that I've probably made in telling them. He was a self-described sailing bum who was kicking around, writing for some sailing magazines, not sure where he was going. He married a lawyer. Her career took them to Nantucket. Because she was gainfully employed and he was not, he had prime responsibility for the kids. And as you will learn, if and when you have children, they can be a real kick in the head, and it makes it hard to get much done. Once they reach school age, he would bring them to school and drop them off, and then he would have a few hours of peace before he had to pick them up. And he spent many of those hours at the Nantucket Library or the Athenaeum, fell in love with the island's history, and started doing the research 4 hours at a time in between school drop-off and school pickup that led to his first book. And of course, his first book launched his career that led to work such as In the Heart of the Sea, Mayflower, and Bunker Hill. Now, he could never have planned that path. He could never have anticipated it when he was sitting where you're sitting now. But it came together. Now, having said that, he was intellectually prepared for that path. Degrees in literature. Louis Pasteur said that chance favors the prepared mind. I like to say you cannot create opportunities, but you can recognize them and seize them when they appear. So keep your eyes open, be ready, and you'll find your way. Sometimes you may take a misstep in your journey. Recognize it quickly, correct course. Trust your gut. Mine has never misled me. I have a recent graduate, Roger Williams, who realized quickly that she was not in the place she should be, even though it was a place that many might consider prestigious. And she quickly made a decision to do something else. And I was surprised, but I respected her for having that conviction and knowledge of self. Wherever you are going, make friends quickly. Tell this to the incoming honor students in August, but it applies to you as well. Strangers seem, well, strange at first, but you'll get to know them eventually, and like them, and you'll wonder why you didn't get to know them sooner. So jumpstart the process. Introduce yourself. Start conversations. Organize lunch. Whether you're at school or in the job, be the community leader that you've been being. I could go on and on. Teachers like to talk. But I have one last important task to get to, so I'll stop for now and simply thank you for letting me be part of your Roger Williams education. Congratulate you. It's a great accomplishment. 3 years ago, this closing address was given by Dr. Jeremy Campbell as he became director of the honors. Dr. Turner and I have had the pleasure, privilege, working closely with him. Now we would like to take a moment to thank him for his service to honors and to Roger Williams. As honors director, he oversaw the graduation of our biggest class ever last year and recruited, as Dr. Turner mentioned, our largest class this year. He guided the program through the most challenging 3 semesters, as you said, in Roger Williams' history, during which time he had to reimagine everything from the honors retreat, not held here this last year. SASH last year. An amazing accomplishment work. Prior to becoming director, he served on the Honors Advisory Council for many years. He was the driving force behind the creation of the Honors Community Engagement Seminar and taught it for several years. He has also taught Foundations of Honors, of course, Honors Human Behavior, the first ever sections of Honors Places text, Honors Special Topics. Honors is in a strong place today because of his efforts. So please join me in thanking him and wishing him well as he embarks on the next step of his journey. We have a small token of our appreciation. Turner is fetching a scrapbook compiled some memories and well wishes from some of the many students and faculty whom you have touched during your time. And we hope that it will remind you of all the friends you have here at Roger Williams. Those who are staying, those who are graduating. That's it.
I don't have to speak. You don't have to use your idea. Echo something that Dr. Paul said. We can't give the opportunity to recognize them and make the most common thing. And it is wonderful things that are providing you to see. And see this today and take the rest. When I did it 3 years ago, I'm so happy that I'm getting many of you. You started before I started, so I certainly share your chair. Fairness, I have getting to know you, other students, and getting to know me. And even though I'm beyond the Roger Williams, I'll always be part of who I am as a professor, a scholar, and part of the club. Same part of the Thank you all.
Assembling a scrapbook is hard. And if we missed you, feel free to come by. We have some additional pages. You can sign your name and we'll add to those. So thank you, Dr. Campbell. Congratulations. Congratulations, graduates. Best wishes tomorrow. Nice evening this evening. This concludes our ceremony. Please stay if you can for some refreshments, conversation, pictures. We'll do our traditional, what do you think? Can we get close enough for a picture? All right, so first, before the refreshments, which are really good, let's go outside and see if we can line you up for a class picture. Congratulations, class.
Oh.
Looking very professional. The suit is nice. It's like. Like, I would